You're welcome to another edition of Motherland. Today we'll be looking at how the European took African hospitality for granted and exploited them. Do well to like and subscribe to help us improve the quality of our channel. According to Professor John Henry Clarke, African naivety began in ancient times, and it goes, never make a stranger suffer, and whatever else you do to a stranger, do not kill him, for he knows not the law by which you live. These were the words of Oba Ewuare of Benin Empire in the year 1470 CE. There was always the error among Africans that other people around the world share the same values with them. According to historian Professor John Henry Clarke, the African world feed a stranger before he thinks of his children's meal. It was their culture. For if you are human, and other human being comes into your house, you invite him to dinner, you offer him a meal and rest. This was the cultural predisposition the Portuguese met in Africa when they arrived in 1485. No one would have known the welcome guest who enslaved the man of the house and the woman who cooked the meal. In 1470, Oba, a royal title meaning king in Edo language of present-day Nigeria, the Oba Ewura the Great of Benin Empire that was centered around Benin City, envisioned a day in the future when strangers from across the salt waters would set the empire up in flames. His later successor, Oba Ozolo, who reigned from 1418 to 1504 CE, knew of this prophecy, but when the Portuguese arrived in 1485 CE, he received them as the welcome guest of the emperor. He even gave the Portuguese permission to build fort on an island that became known as Fernando Po. It was from here that the Portuguese first began exploiting the Congo, the Bight of Biafra, and what is today Equatorial Guinea, Elmina Castle in what is today central region of Ghana, where over 12 million Africans were walked through the gate of no return, ended up as enslaved. The Americans were to come shortly after. When the Akan groups revolt against the presence of the unfriendly strangers on their coast, the Portuguese left briefly to return later on as messengers from God who created all things. What followed could better be explained with the words of Jomo Kenyatta, Kenya's first president, when the European came to our lands. We had the land, they had the Bible. Close your eyes, they say, let's pray. And we closed our eyes shut. When we opened our eyes, they had the land, we had the Bible. There was also an ancient Maasai prophecy that said, when the white one comes, the African shall die. The prophecy was also known by the Gamins, who made up the number of Africans that took over Iberian Peninsula in 1711 CE, but none was considered by these Africans. Well, this is where we stop on today's edition of Motherland. Do well to like and subscribe in order to help us improve this channel quality in terms of production and also editing to give you the best in our stories. Until then, see you next time.